What's up?
What's up, brother?
Well, you know, bro.
Man, it's holiday season.
It is.
It's holiday season.
I'm Brent.
Oh, and I'm Fahred.
And we are
the Spears brothers. And we have Santa with us today.
What's going on, Santa?
Santa,
yeah, man. We're trying to get in the holiday mood here.
Yeah, we're gonna do some Christmas holiday spirits and cheer.
We already drinking, so you know.
And so we could talk. We need to talk about what it is, how we getting ourselves in the mood for this very, very special episode that we're gonna do this evening.
What are we gonna do today, man?
Well, we are going to do our for calendar year 2022, our favorite five.
Okay.
And the favorite five, it's not like you see a lot of other reviewers do, where it has to be issued in calendar year 2022. It doesn't even have to have been opened in 2022. For my purposes, the way I'm looking at this is something I picked five that I have been utilizing as kind of like my go-to when I want to drink really good stuff. Except for one of them is kind of like my newcomer of the year.
Okay. So I went a little bit different direction.
All right, tell folks
so
what you did.
I did go. All of mine are in the calendar year 2022. And mine are going to be in any particular order. These are the five best things that I think I've had this year.
Okay, I like that. I like that. And mine are actually not in any particular order either.
Yeah.
And I think that they all probably qualify. They would be in that category of the things that I enjoyed the most in 2022. I don't know that I'm going to say they're all the best, but
I did put a low baller in there too.
Did you?
Yeah, something that was about $50 and below, because most of the stuff I got in there is a little bit on the high end stuff. So I tried to introduce something that anybody can get a hold of and get it, and I hope they enjoy it as much as I did.
Well, speaking of enjoyment, we're doing we
got the pig, man. We got the pig.
We got the Whistle Pig 7. Magellan's Atlantic is what we're sucking on to be able to introduce these other ones and stuff. Obviously, with 10 different bottles. Brent having a different five than what I'm having in terms of the favorites. We're not going to be sampling probably any of these tonight. If we do, it's just kind of it's not the point.
Hit and run.
Yeah, hit and run. Yeah. I like that. I like that, bro. I like that. Well, look here, man. You why don't you get the party started?
I can do that. So right away, I'm going with the barrel. I'm going with the Corn Alliance. I talked about it here. We just videoed it and recorded it here not long ago.
That's right.
And this barrel, this private release, it's banging, man. It's 62.26 ABV. I mean, they did a great job of blending. It's an Isle of barrels, and I am just blown away with it.
So we might have given, or I might have given some misinformation when we actually did this review. Barrel is not a distillery; they are a blender.
Yes.
And I think when we did the review, I left people with the impression that they source all their juice from MPG.
Yeah.
And I did a later review, and I found out they get juice from exactly. Yeah. So my apologies for leaving y'all down.
Indiana, Kentucky, and a lot of places they get juice from.
Yeah. Well, the Indiana is almost always MPG.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
they get their juice from a lot of different places.
Yeah.
Hey, once again, hats off to Corn Alliance. You guys did a great job. Appreciate it.
Well,
what you got?
All right, bro. I have I am very partial to sherry single malts, and this is one that I got early in the year from Scotch Whiskey Auctions. It's an old name; everybody's familiar with it that drinks Scotch, but you probably have not seen or had this particular bottling before. It is the Glenfarclas 12, and it is exclusive to the Polish Tudor market. I don't know if Tudor is a Polish retailer or a distributor, but this is different, dramatically different than
your normal 12.
Exactly, it's way different because it's cask strength. It's 58.9%, and it is
most Glenfarclas aren't. They're somewhere in 46, 47.
Glenfarclas tend to be like 43, 44, 45. Yeah. You hardly ever get a Glenfarclas at this proof point, and I love the flavor profile of the Glenfarclas, the kind of the standard 12, and it's just intensified, multiplied, whatever you want to call it with this. And so, I still got a little bit less than half a bottle left, but I have been enjoying this all year.
I went to the share.
Yeah,
Okay.
all year.
And I went to the aisle.
Yeah.
Well, interesting.
Yep.
Interesting. So for my low banger here, my next one is Left Bank.
Okay.
I went with the Left Bank, man. It's about $50. It's 54% ABV. This is the one that they put on the river and sailed down to
Yeah, we
the Kentucky River, the Ohio River.
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind of like Jefferson's Ocean.
Kind of like Jefferson's Ocean.
Yeah,
but for the price point and what it is, because the other barrel, the barrel that I had was probably 89 to 95, depending where you get it from. This is 45 to 50.
So, so I think you said this, but it says straight bourbon.
Yep.
And it says craft age. It doesn't have an age statement on it.
No age statement.
Okay, but it's
finished in oak days.
Okay, wait. Yeah, okay. It does say aged at least a couple of years.
It's a couple years.
Yeah.
But it's probably more than that.
So that's. Yeah, so this is very interesting, and actually, this is an example of what I would call great minds thinking alike, because my low banger is also a it's a bottled in bond high rye bourbon out of Minnesota.
You went rye? Look at you, bro.
No.
You stepping out.
No.
This is a high rye.
This is a bourbon. It's a high rye bourbon.
Okay.
Now they actually also have a Tattersall rye.
Okay.
Yeah, and I haven't had that.
I've seen the rye before.
Yeah,
I haven't seen the bourbon.
But this also was, I believe it was like 55 bones, $55.
We're close then.
Yeah, we could very close
without even trying.
Yeah.
And we didn't, to be honest, we didn't talk about this amongst ourselves.
We talked about the concept, but we didn't talk about the bottles until we got together just before the recording started. But yeah, this is 100 proof, aged 4 years, as it has to be a bottle and bond, and obviously not have additives and stuff. That's also one of the requirements most of you all would understand.
I'm interested in hitting a little bit of that here.
Yeah, it is. We can hit it, but we didn't talk about what we're doing, and you brought up the rye. We are actually what we're sucking on tonight, though. Did we say it already?
We said it. We said it was the pig.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I get excited about it, folks. I apologize. It's not that I've been consuming a lot of it. I just get excited about it. But this is the closest this Tattersall high rise is that we're coming to, at least that I'm coming to in terms of my top 5.
Okay.
So
my next one. I'm showing myself here, obviously, is an Ardbeg. It's an Ardbeg 8.
Mr. Pete.
Yeah, and this is a bottle that you can't get in the States. It's a European bottle only.
Okay.
This happens to be a committee release.
Oh wow.
But
so where'd you pick that up?
Scotch Whiskey
Auction.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
And I seen it, and I hadn't seen it anywhere else. Obviously, it's a UK bottling.
Mm-hmm.
It's 50.8, ABV. Man, it's Ardbeg, but it's so sweet and it's kind of juicy, and it's super complicated, but it's not. It don't have a lot of years on it.
Yeah.
But man, it's really solid. And it's so much better than the 5 is.
Yeah.
And they do such a good job with it. And this is one. So, full disclosure. After I got this one, I've gotten 3 more bottles.
You a pig head of the highest order, bro.
I've gotten 3 more bottles, and this, as you may be able to see with the green bottle, it's kind of hard.
Yeah,
but I've hit this one pretty hard.
Did you get? Oh, well, you said you couldn't get it in the United States, so you got them all from overseas.
It's all from overseas.
Okay, let me ask you another question. I actually, honestly, don't know the answer to. Are the committee releases released in the United States? Some of them,
yes.
It's just kind of limited.
Yes, kind of limited.
Okay.
So,
okay.
And the committee releases, typically the ABV is slightly higher.
Yeah.
Than the regular bottling.
Yeah.
And so I'm not even sure if they have this in a regular bottling. I have not seen it in a regular bottle, so I'm not sure.
You know, when we first started this spirits journey, one of the misconceptions that I was walking around with was that that you needed to that the higher the number of years that a spirit was aged, that was indicative of the fact that it was going to be a better quality and stuff. And I think we have been slowly disabused of that notion.
Debunk that.
Yeah, it's been completely eviscerated, eradicated.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah,
you can take that 8 year that we were just talking about.
Yeah,
and put it up against the 13 or something like that, and that thing will walk all over it in some cases.
Yeah,
it just you don't know.
Yeah,
so you got to really be careful if you're an age snob.
Yeah,
because it really, the juice is the juice.
Yeah,
I
hear you.
And there's good juice and there's bad juice.
Well, again, we are not too far off of the same path, because
excuse me, before you get into that.
Okay.
Just to know, so that bottle, I'm getting that bottle online at Scotch Whiskey Auction, anywhere between 57 and 65 pounds.
Really?
Yeah.
That's like almost like wait a minute. That's for the committee release?
That's for the committee release.
Oh, wow. That might be the best value in the history of our bid.
But obviously, after you put on,
you got to pay for shipping,
and everything else, it pops it up there.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to put that in.
No, I'm glad you did.
Because price, as we always say, price matters.
Absolutely, price matters.
Price matters.
Absolutely, price matters. Well, and the price on my Isla, I should say the next bottle that I'm going to show here, which happens to be an Isla also. And this is one that most anybody that does single malts will have heard of, have had. And I don't really know anybody that's had this who doesn't thoroughly enjoy it. And I've been sucking on it quite a bit. This is not my bottle, but I have a bottle at home that's just about on E. This is the Bunnahabhain 18 year. And it is just stunning, very, very high quality, very good depth of flavor.
It's good.
It really good.
It's good. It's good. Yeah.
Yeah. It's all of that. And so and I just learned a little bit about this 18, and I'm not really sure when the transition took place, but Bunnahabhain used to chill filter and add coloring to the 18, and I started drinking the 18 probably 7-8 years ago, and they were probably doing the chill filtration and coloring back then, and it was still stunning then. The bottle that I have, it lists on the label, as this one does, that it's non-chill filtered and no color added, and you just really can't go wrong with this bottle. It's still one.
It's kind of a weird thing, because I've muled a couple of them back from you. Yeah. From a spot that I work in. Yeah. I travel to every now and then.
That's what a brother's supposed to do, Doc.
and because he really likes it, so I was picking him up for him.
Yeah.
So year and a half or so ago, I could pick up that bottle for $99.
Yeah. Yep.
And just here in the last 6 months or so, it went from 99 to 150. Yeah. So they figured it out.
Yeah.
Because I would go into the store and say, I'll take all you got.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing. The price.
At $99, it was banging.
But the thing of it is, though, Brent, even at $99, you wouldn't hardly see it in very many retailers. You'd have to look hard and pull out your magnifying glass to be able to find.
I was getting all they had.
Yeah.
They couldn't get enough, and they must have figured it out with me keep coming in there asking.
And
more Bunnahabhain.
And so people ask Brent where he was when he's going into this retail place asking for the Bunnahabhain. Just for example, just give him the state that you're talking about.
I was in Wyoming.
Yeah,
up in middle north of Wyoming.
And you think you'd be able to find a Bunnahabhain 18 here in Nebraska, in Omaha, in Lincoln. You can't find it.
You can't find one.
Can't find it. Yeah.
I found them in Wyoming.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you did, bro. I'm glad you did. Yeah. Man, all right. What you rocking with next?
Well, it might be a coincidence or it may not, but I got another Ardbeg here. And
certifiable Pete head.
Yeah. We're going with the Hypernova. new 2022, and I hate to say it's the best thing, so I'm not going to say it, but it is very good. It's an outstanding Ardbeg. It's super complicated. It's 51% ABV. The only thing I got about Ardbeg is I got the beef I have is I can't keep up with the releases.
Yeah, well, they like having customers like us, and especially you.
And they probably sell. So yeah, it's retailing from $175 to $200, depending on where you get it from.
And that's not a committee release either, is it?
This one is a committee release.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, well, this particular one isn't, but I do have a committee release.
Okay.
I did acquire a couple of these. Okay. So, brother, I was lucky enough.
Brother, he's not gonna get caught with his pants down when it comes to the Ardbeg.
And and they hype this bottle, and they talk about it enough. And if you read the back and stuff, which I'm not going to do right now, they'll almost scare you to where you don't want to drink.
Yeah. The
peatiest, darkest Ardbeg you ever want to see. And you know what? It's none of that. It's sweet nectar. It's gorgeous. It's grass. It's barbecue. It's all them things. And if you can see it and you can find it, I would highly recommend it.
I mean, you make some really interesting comments. People always assume, that people who don't drink single malt Scotch, and particularly they think that they don't care for the Isla single malts because of the peatiness and the smokiness. It is actually not a huge transition to be able to get yourself acclimated to that.
But it does take you some.
It takes a little while. I mean, but I was one of those people though.
Yeah, so was I.
Yeah.
You remember that first day? I mean, we were just, why would anybody ever drink any of this stuff?
We went to...
It was Talisker though.
No, we went to that tasting. They had like 7 islands.
And one of them was Talisker.
Yeah, one was Talisker. I think they had 2 or 3, or 1 or 2 Lagavulins, and a couple 3 I think it was a Lafroig there, 1 or 2 Ardbegs. And I remember saying to myself,
Dan from Glenmo did it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Glenmo. Dan, you helped us to
you brought us in, bro. Appreciate it.
Yes, you did. But no, and all of those bottles now, man, would be, we could pick, if we could have any of those bottles, they would be, probably through the roof in terms of price point now. So, but yeah, that was what, 12 years ago, 15 years ago, probably. Yeah. So,
and shout out to Jake's, because that's where we're at.
Jake's and Benson in Omaha. Yeah. All right, bro. Well, I'm going back to another bottling that most spirits consumers, bourbon drinkers, undoubtedly are going to be very familiar with. But I wanted to be able to showcase what it was I was enjoying when I wanted to have something that I was really enjoying. Elijah Craig Small Batch. And this is like golden elixir for me. This stuff is fire. I mean, you got the maple, the caramel. You got the wood notes, and it's deep in terms of the intensity of the notes, and it's got the long finish. It's got a viscous, full mouthfeel to it. It's just a wonderful, wonderful sipping experience. I love this stuff. And this one is 124 proof.
Which rack house is that one?
It says batch B517.
Okay.
But and I know some people. I'm not going to sit here and try to make people think that there aren't differences in terms of the batches. There definitely is batch variation with Elijah Craig, but it's still, even though there's differences, it's still all very good.
Yes, very similar.
Yeah,
some are. So the slightness of one being better than the other, to me is not drastic.
I have not had a barrel proof Elijah Craig that I did not thoroughly enjoy, even though the one bottle that I'm drinking out of is it'll have a variation in terms of the notes and the ABV level and all of that from the other ones and stuff. So so anyway,
so My last one tonight might not be a surprise, but it is. And it's, I'm a huge, I like these guys a lot. It's Compass Box. And I opened this Sunday, and it's the Nectar. It's the 15th anniversary. And it's man, it's American oak, hoghead, and it's a custom French oak, and it's a Lefroy. And Fred, I'm telling you,
let me see that.
This bottle is a banging bottle. Check the finish on the put your hand on the bottle. The texture finish. Yeah, man, they did such a good bottle. It's a limited release. It's a 49% AVB. I think it's only like 1,400 bottles total that they put out.
1,200.
Excuse me, 1,200.
1,200 is what it says here.
And
where'd you pick this up?
I picked that up at a local spot here in town, and I wasn't gonna open it. And my son and I was sitting up here on Sunday, and we were talking about stuff, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna pop this bottle.
Mm-hmm.
And after I opened it, and I'm like, my goodness gracious. And I'm not I typically prefer Ardbeg and Lavalugan to Lefroy, but this Lefroy is outstanding, and Compass Box did a very good job of that.
So is this so typically Compass Box does blends of Scotch.
Yes.
And I'm presuming that this is a blend also.
I went on the website today to try to pull some information out. It doesn't even show up on the website.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, at the bottom it does say blended malt Scotch whiskey.
That's what they say about their bottle.
Okay.
Yeah.
It says for this 15th anniversary bottling, it is a whiskey from the Lefroy distillery. So, I mean, that's interesting then, because typically Compass Box will have juice from more than one distillery that they're blending.
Yeah.
So that makes it kind of special there. I might have to get a hit of this before we, before the holiday.
I thoroughly enjoyed that the other day.
Okay.
Now I will say, my son, who's not into the islands nearly as much as Dad is, he liked it, but he kind of, but man, I was just blown away by it.
Well, the thing about Compass Box is that they tend to make the juice have a nuance and a sophistication that for a person who typically doesn't drink Isle of Scotches, they might not get what the big deal is for it. Obviously, you're not in that category, but your son, he might not.
He ain't there yet.
Yeah.
And that bottle was $189.
Okay.
So it's a little bit on the higher end.
Okay.
But well worth it. There was two there, and now I kick myself that
I not getting the other one.
Get the other one.
Okay.
But I didn't know.
Okay.
And I went looking for it the day after I opened it.
Oh, did you?
And it wasn't there.
It wasn't there?
Nope.
Okay.
And I picked that up probably. It's been sitting on the shelf for probably about 6 months now. So I kicked myself for not buying the other bottle.
Well, it's remarkable how much similarity there is between our, the way we went about doing our favorite five for 2022, because my ultimate favorite, that I was going to, and I can drink it as a daily drinker, but it's really a celebratory spirit, something that you shouldn't be drinking a whole lot. And it's not because of the price point, but it's because of the
it ain't cheap either though.
So I got this particular bottle. First of all, let me tell you what it is. This is Lagavulin 12, and we were talking earlier on that Ardbeg, the 8-year, about the fact that the number of years is not indicative of what the quality of the juice might be. Yeah. And it's actually Lagavulin. It's actually this particular bottling that made me realize that you can have a lesser number of years on the age statement, and it can be superior to another bottling by the same distillery.
It's really weird because, like I said, Dion and I was sipping on that in the 16 on Sunday, not knowing that was going to be the bottle you picked, and I had to break it down and try to tell him. You know, because in most cases, as it goes up in years, it's better, and in this case, is just not the case.
Everybody knows about the Lagavulin 16.
Yeah,
this is far superior, and I'm not equivocating. No, maybe if and buts about it. This is far superior. It's
the Lagavulin 16 could be an extremely good daily drinker.
Yeah,
it's solid. It's good. This is special.
This is very special.
This is special.
And when if I'm having a hard day, if I'm wanting to make myself
and you can't find it on the shelf, and you used to be able to find it on the shelf.
Well, I think this
it's hard to find on the shelf now.
I think I got I think I have this bottle is just about empty. You won't be able to see it, but it's just about empty. But I have another bottle that I know came from the UK because I got it on Scotch Whiskey Auctions, and I haven't opened it yet. And actually, I'm going to open that one probably the next day or so that I can compare the last little bit of this with the new bottle, just to see, if there's batch variations, that kind of thing. But yeah, we've had. I
remember when I told you about that one, and that man, that's fire there. Man.
It is. It is. And so I have 2 of my top 5 that are Isla expressions. You have 3 of your of your top 5.
3 of mine.
Isla expressions. I think that the 2 that I have are probably less peaty than the least peaty of the ones that you have over there, because you're rocking with Lafroig and Ardbeg. And so those are going to be a little more peaty, but
like Bunnahabhain, you just get a hint, a hint of the smoking peat in the Bunnahabhain, just enough to get to tickle you a little bit, to let you know what's coming, So, but hey, thanks guys for being with us. Hey, we also want to say thank you. We are celebrating our 500 subscriber to our channel, and thanks everybody. We really appreciate that.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Hey, hit the like button. Hey, leave us a comment. Hey, with us, you, and Santa, we can't lose. Thank you. We appreciate it.
We out.